Welcome back to an episode of We Are Waving at the Camera because there is a camera. That's always one. But we are going to Lakebar or Lakebar or actually Lakebar, whatever this one might be pronounced. And how does it look like? Decent. So we get some fishermen. And what else can we do here? There's also some cooking there. We can. No, wait. Cooking is normal. There's some bluish stuff, and then there's fishing. So there are two different trade skills that you can perform in here. For whatever this bluish thing is, it could be something related to gems, or maybe it's water, or maybe some other magical things. Who knows? Speak with Armen, who arrived earlier.
You're here, adventurer.
I
came here with Prince Thirain, but he went ahead to Lakebar village when he heard an army was approaching.
So it's Lakebar. Perfect. The troops guarding the outposts also moved with it. Gentleman Lloyd informed us of the approaching army. Although I was able to provide first aid, the wounds he sustained require long, intensive care. I'll also be heading out to Lakebar village now. Please take good care of Lloyd, and when his breathing stabilizes, change his bandages. What now? So
Father
loyal.
Armen sent you. Thank
Are
you very much.
Are you okay? Because I'm not going to take care of you that much. As you can tell by the armor I'm wearing, this old soldier served in the ranks of Regent Sharret's forces. I merely followed my orders as a member of the Royal Army, but it's always pained me to do so. I had to confiscate grain from starving peasants and arrest the innocent. I even had to watch some of them die. That's why I decided to surrender to Prince Thirain, although deserting my unit took a toll on this old body of mine. When the pursuers finally got to me, death seemed fairly certain. But then Father Armen saved me. This pain is nothing compared to the crimes I've committed over the years. As a soldier for the Regent, go ahead and go to Lakebar village. I should be fine now. Prince Thirain could use all the help he can get. Well, it doesn't really matter what you did in the past. Also, it doesn't really matter what you want to do in the future, right? The only thing that actually counts is what are you gonna do now? Exterminate wild bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, many. I do find I'm not really that good at aiming. So we got some brown bears, we got some other bears. Right. So these bears come in different varieties. Could be interesting. What would actually happen if a living organism of the size of a bear gets lifted up 2 meters and then falls down flat? I think that would actually harm that thing immediately. It would break all of its bones. Well, maybe not all of it. I mean, there's a certain cushioning effect because of the skin and fat and whatnot, but it's definitely harmful. Like elephants, for example, they can kind of balance on 2 legs, but they're actually not made to do that. They're very, very slow creatures. They can run though, but they cannot jump. Jumping would introduce an amount of force that is not taken lightly by the elephant, so therefore they have a bit of a problem with that. But the smaller the creatures are, the better they can jump, therefore the more force they can endure without breaking. And it has actually nothing to do with endurance, really. Maybe this is the just taking the force. Endurance is more like, I can take it, just give me that. No. Because there's still pain involved and damage that's happening. Endurance is the wrong word. So, Lakebar village. Yes. It is calm and tranquil place. Now then, of course we cannot ride because it's instantiated. Woo. Oh. 3 no. 2 and guards, right. And some kind of head priest. Or 2 head priests. I didn't see the other one. Wait. Oh, so it's a showdown now, isn't it? Or maybe they join forces.
It's been far too long, dear prince. Is this your army? You couldn't possibly be thinking of using this rabble against Lord Sherrod, would you? The throne belongs to its rightful owner. And my spies tell me you haven't even been able to activate Vanquisher. It's time to yield the sword, disband this gang of criminals, and plead for mercy. And we may let you live.
If Sherrod really wants this so badly, he's welcome to come fetch it.
Brave, but foolish words, young prince. You will regret this, boy.
Let him go. We don't kill messengers. Even rude ones.
Okay. I actually thought that they were going to attack, so... My button was on the rocket launcher. Interesting. But this comparison of their army, right? Usually, there's only, well, a few hundred men back in the day, right? There's the amount of military units just escalated once the industrialization really kicked off. But before that, one dude in armor took an awful lot of resources, right? Which is... And usually what happens is there's one knight per castle. And that's usually the lord of the castle. And they are getting treated fairly well. And the only thing that they need to do is basically being available or once there's some military outbreak going on or whatever. And then they have to get some gear ready and then they have to go out. But the people are just there to facilitate that one person. That one military dude. That's what knighthood really is. Anyway. Anton.
Oh, good. You've arrived safely.
Indeed I did. As for the prince, he seems to have gone to the lake. I'm a bit worried, seeing him so glum. Well, let's check on him. Maybe it's just there to fish a little bit. And we are still in an instantiated area. What's he doing? Oh.
Vanquisher is an heirloom of the Luterran dynasty. It's supposed to glow when held by the rightful heir to the crown. That's how my ancestors proved their worthiness. Which is also why Sherrod seeks Vanquisher for himself. But it won't even show the faintest glimmer in my hands. What does that say about me?
That means you need a different weapon. That's what it means. Go to lake behind the village. And oh, I can do encourage. Encourage. There we go. Oh, you can do it. Yay. Oh. Just believe in yourself.
Are you trying to make me feel better?
Absolutely not.
Don't worry. This is not something I obsess over. Winning this war is the only thing I worry about now. My worthiness comes later.
Sire, we're under attack! The Regent's forces are here!
Let's go.
Just the sheer act of pulling a sword out of the ground. It doesn't necessarily need to be stone, but just pulling it out of the ground is a very, very difficult thing to do. Like, if you shove something like that into the ground, try pulling that out. It's almost a thing of impossibility, really. It sounds simple. It's a sword in the ground, just lift it out. No. Absolutely not gonna happen. You need to wiggle it a little bit. So you need a certain technique to lift it out. Bam! Right. Oh no. Away. Die. There we go.
Yeah, good riddance.
Spare my life, Your Highness. I was only following orders.
Following orders? Did you really just say that? Innocent villagers are dead. By your hand. Do you have no will of your own? Can you not see the difference between right and wrong? You are no true knight of Luterra. You are responsible for these atrocities, and you will face justice for them. I have spoken. Take him away.
Your Highness, you must not spare his life!
Yeah!
Your Highness, you must not spare his life!
Yeah, you deserve it! You deserve it!
And dude still has a weapon in his hand. Shouldn't that be the first thing to get away of? But yeah, the idea of free will is also
Are the
a kind of
rumors
deep thing.
true?
This feels like the end times.
The end of times. So, let's see. Let's talk to the fisherman first. I don't know what that one is all about.
This feels like the end times.
So, use float fishing. You can catch fish here with a float fishing skill. To use that skill, change the quick slot to be... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, fish trap installation G. So, you need a special skill to set a fish trap. But do I have that one yet or not? I mean, you can click on this. The mouse changes a little bit, but something fishing. Wait a minute. This is also some watery stuff. How do you do that? You need a special skill to set a fish trap. Where do I get special skills? This is just combat related. That has nothing to do with that. Maybe in the inventory? No. Then we have adventure, sheet music, report, some tomes, pets, codex, universal things. It could be in the codex. No. Community, find party friends, roster maybe. Yeah, roster is more informative, nothing else. Trade skill, yeah. I think I have to open up trade skills with L, and for this to work I have to talk to someone who is able to do that. Maybe these symbols down here, trade skills, mean that you can do those skills here, not that you can learn them here. So yeah, that's the difference. Let's talk to Thirain.
All the harm done to the villagers is my fault.
Is that now? That Norse wet. Is it a Norsey wet? Or sea wet? Fellow, he clearly said that the raiders will appear again, but you can't let them repeat such atrocities
This time,
ever again.
we'll make the first move. The enemy is encamped south of the hill.
Good to know. I've been briefed by the scout. We can't just sit back and wait for the raid group to come. Let us defeat Jaquarat's raid group then. There's an awful lot of repetition going on in their sentences. It's strange. The raid group is being supplied by Jaquarat himself. They not only have a steadier stream of supplies than us, but also better quality weapons. But there's no reason to feel down about that. We can just steal the good stuff from them. And that's what they do, it seems. Yeah, there's the Evie was the general merchant. Then there's the cook, general merchant. Adventure. It is true you're going to attack the raid group. I know a thing or two about strategy, you see. The raid group is an expeditionary force, which means they always have to take supplies and rations with them. If you look around the encampment, and you'll find water containers where they keep their potable water. How about you break them all and make them suffer from a water shortage? Oh. So we go the resource route then. Very neat. Lakebar freshwater fish stew. Bound to roster and pickup, and I don't know how many you need. Let's see. Stew. Is it this one? Yes. It doesn't say how many you need. Yeah, you need to get at least one in order to figure out how much more you need to buy or create or whatnot. So what about the gear merchant? How much better is it? This is actually quite remarkable what the difference is on this one. So we are somewhat underpowered here. That could bite us. Now. Oh, all the way down south.
Everything is fine at the village.
And that's what you say. What do we have in here? That looks weird. Interesting. Oh, there's a Mokoko. Wait, what is going on with those things? They seem to disappear. Wait, heaven? Okay, what do I need to do? Defeat things, collect things, do things. Right. In this case, let's just get some keys. I'm missing some damage. I need a better weapon. Right, 3 more to go, and I also need some weapons. Where could they be? There we go. Done that. Now, speak with Greg. That fella is probably hidden somewhere. No. Ah, come on. Righty, and this is, wait, how many are there? 6 out of 10. So I get them by picking that up, and I get a bunch of them at once. There we go. No, Greg. Ah, the Greg's over there. Let's just have a little look on this, the fringes here. Looks fairly suspicious. Oh, special enemy. Perfect. Nice. Uh-oh, I'm stunned. Not cool. Come on, and onwards we go. I just need to defeat Captain Jaquarat. Jaquarat. And that must be him. No. Why is this guy not coming any closer? That's cheap. That's absolutely not cool. There we go. Hold it. And howitzer. Rockets. Ooh. Alright, that's just one question. What's a Greg fella? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, so if it says question mark, it means that the question mark is on the map already. you don't need to do much anymore. That's good to know. There we go, we need to get out of that field. It's very forgiving, actually. It's very forgiving, actually, if you react to it, that is. It's not that it's like half a second that you need to react in there. It's it shows it clearly and gives you enough time to respond, which is okay. Come on. It's just laziness sometimes that gets you caught. That and the greed for the damage. So, Greggy.
Everything is fine at the village.
Good to know. So, great job. Now, maybe they'll be a little too thirsty to fight. Although we still can't face them head on in our current shape, this should change things up a bit. Every time they come to fill their canteens, we can ambush them. I think I make an outstanding strategist, don't you? I should apply to become an officer later. Why not become an officer right now? And Anton, oh wow, you've brought us quite a fine assortment. Now our men should be able to put up a proper fight. At Region Full, we really hit him where it hurts this time. Right in the weapons. Wait, and the right.
Good work. Now the village will be out of harm's way.
Will it? Really? I don't know. As always, I have nothing but gratitude for Armen and you for all that you've done. However, never mind. We've got bigger problems to worry about.
We managed to defeat most of the enemies who raided Lakebar. If it weren't for you, it would have taken much longer.
However, the village's blood has been shed. I'd like to provide recompense to the villagers of Lakebar. Could you ask Chef Hordern about the extent of the damage to the village? Sure.
Greetings.
Oh, it's not Chef, it's Chief.
I am Hordern, the village chief.
The damage to the village, 10 wounded, 2 killed. One of the casualties was only 8 years old. If the prince hadn't responded quickly, many more would have perished. Actually, the thing is, it was only 8 years old, right? Only. In a positive or in a negative way. Like, thank goodness it's only 8 years of experience that we lost, right? You can think of it as in two different ways. One of them being, oh, it's a children. And the other one being, oh, at least it's kind of like thinking about playing a hardcore game, right? You cannot play the game anymore once you die, of course. So the situation of death gets more precious the further you go in the game, right? Because you put a little bit of time in it, right? So if you die at the beginning, then you just make another character. Everything's fine. But if you die somewhere at the end, almost about to finish, right? Or to defeat a special boss or whatever, then you're getting really bad. So that's the thing, right? Or yeah, someone dying before they had a very specific invention or whatnot. Just something before a very specific time. But it doesn't really matter because everybody is before a certain milestone anyway. So we have nothing but gratitude for this help, and he wants to compensate us. Could you tell him that he doesn't need to worry about that sort of thing? Alright. Why doesn't he just give a list out? I mean, that would be better for the future.
8 years old? He's only a child.
Aren't we all? Is that so? Even a young child like that, all because of me. I couldn't even protect my own people. I failed them. At this rate, perhaps it's only to be expected, but that the Vanquisher does not cry. Apologies. I'd rather spend some time alone right now.
Prince Thirain appears devastated.
It seems like he doesn't fully believe in himself. However, I think Prince Thirain is perfectly suited to become the king. Could we find out exactly why he doesn't seem to have much confidence in himself? Well, we need to spy on him, it seems. Oh no, we just asked the people.
Prince Thirain really values his people.
And this is where the confidence booster has to come from, or not, in a way.
We need a crown. Dad says a king needs to wear a crown.
Okay. So the children don't give you any good, but at least it would resemble a certain claim to the throne, right? It's just a morale booster in a way.
Oh, he probably blames himself for all the atrocities Regent Sherrod has been causing in the kingdom.
I see. I've heard how chaos has swept across Luterra.
It's because of the tyranny of Regent Sherrod, isn't it? Prince Thirain must believe that the people are suffering because of him. However, people don't seem to think that way. How could we relay that message? Well, we need to all give him a booster. Something. Now, do you know the fable of the Iron Crown? So we just make one. I've read it myself before. I hear it's a famous tale in Luterra. There was once a prince who was beloved by everyone. The people gathered their scrap iron to make a crown for this prince. The prince graciously accepted the crown and used it during his crowning ceremony. Like the story, perhaps we could show Prince Thirain how the people really feel. Could you ask Chief Hordern about what he thinks? That's an interesting story. It doesn't necessarily... What about a wooden crown?
Crown? Are you talking about a steel crown?
No, it's steel. It's always a different kind of thingy, depending on what the people have, right? Actually, we've been meaning to pay back Prince Thirain for his help as well. I guarantee that not a single villager would oppose this idea. We've all seen how distressed the prince was over us. However, I'm worried about the iron to make the crown, considering how short supplies are right now. Well, it would be difficult to procure such materials, but we'd like to get the nicest crown we can for the prince. Could you perhaps drop by the Linus Memorial in the south? The peddlers are gathered there. We should ask for their support. In the meantime, I'll make the preparations to make the crown. It doesn't need to be iron. It's just an image of a crown. The idea of a thing to put on your head that is
Everything is fine at the
related to ruling. Right, to resemble ruling. It's like having a ring, also made out of material, but yeah, the material itself is just there to make sure that the ring stays the way it is for a very long time. Now then, Phobos.
I'm Phobos, the peddler. I'm not a child. I'm a proud peddler.
And what do you peddle for then? Crown for the prince. You're asking us if we can make contributions. Are you seriously asking us if we can do that? Of course we can. Oh, very interesting. I'm a merchant of Luterra, the kingdom of courage. Don't you ever underestimate us. This is all the money I have. I hope the folks at the Lakebar village will keep their chins up. Why don't you try asking the other peddlers as well? I'm sure they'll help. Or what if they are not? Minos.
Crown? That's an interesting story. I'll gladly give you one if it's for Prince Thirain.
That was easy.
It's an investment. Prince Thirain is definitely worth a big investment.
Unlike Sherrod, he genuinely cares about his people. Take this too.
And a little bit of extra skill points. Perfect. Now, where could I place these points now? The Gatling is already maxed out. The other points aren't available yet. Napalm shot is the one that I like to use most often, so let's just level that a little bit. On the other hand, why don't I just enhance this one here? Yeah, there's no other plus available except for the swing, but they don't really count. Wait a minute. I can get rid of that point over here. Maybe place another batch in there. There's a 1-4. 3-1, 3-3. Let's keep it the way it is. So, back to Phobos. Adventure. Have you heard of Linus, the legendary peddler? I admire him so much. A long time ago, when Luterra was embroiled in war, he supplied the army to save Luterra. Without taking a single coin, he's a hero. All the peddlers of Luterra admire Linus. So we gather here in his memorial day in remembrance of his spirit. If you're interested, why don't you check out the memorial plate? Oh, and as a reward for that, you are also given an access slip for a dungeon. Nice.
Those who invest in only what they see are fools, and those who invest for profit alone will not last. In people, there is worth beyond face value.
Interesting. Now, how was it? Maybe it all felt a little unfamiliar, since you're not a peddler, but I want to become an admirable gentleman of Luterra one day, just like him. Maybe one day you will see a majestic memorial of Phobos next to that one. 10% complete. Now that was nice. So, where do we go next? Back to the little village. And we didn't even need to take a detour into here because there was a quest pointing us towards that location. So what does it tell us? Do not explore. It's just not because exploring is not necessary, it's just that your route will lead you here anyway. So, Thirain's wanted poster. His life threatened by Regent Jaquarat. Prince Thirain disappeared from Luterra's castle with Vanquisher, the sacred symbol of kinship. Jaquarat sent out his men to track Thirain down and put out that wanted poster all over Luterra. Whoever arrests Prince Thirain or provides his whereabouts will be rewarded with a cartload of gold. Ooh, that sounds good. But I don't think he has that much gold in order to give all of the people what they want. The Waiting Beasts Plaza is not in this area. Battlebound Plains. So the Battlebound Plains might be to the right. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's the mount. No, this is where we came from. This is where we go. So it only goes forward. Interesting. There may later be some areas that are acting like a ford in between. I don't really know if that would matter that much.
Everything is fine at the village.
Of course it is. Now then.
Have you been to the peddlers?
Yes,
As
indeed.
expected, Luterra's merchants are quite different.
I've told the Uma blacksmith to craft a crown. No, he is called Ur. Take this. The Uma people are famous for their master artisanship. Ur will certainly create a masterpiece.
Who are you? What's that? A crown for the prince? Then you've come to the right place. I'm the world's best Umar blacksmith, and don't let anyone tell you different. Well, hurry up, show me what materials I got to work with. Not bad, but also not enough. Unless this prince has the world's tiniest head. I need more materials to work with.
Do we really not have that much more iron?
Lakebar should have everything you need.
Listen to Artisan Ur's explanation.
Take this.
And this. It's a secret recipe passed down by the Umas. Switch hut. There we go. If you want to create a great crown, gather up the ingredients here and deliver them to Mirren. To enter trade skills, press B. There we go. Oh, that's so. Look at that. Look at the animation of the trade skills. Sometimes, when you're on a horse, okay, you cannot call the horse for some reason. No, wait a minute. Horse is 7. So if you get a horse, then there's a saddle coming up, right? Now this is normal, and then you change the hut back to trading. That is so sweet. Love that. Unable to switch to the combat's quick slot. Wait, what? Why is it unable? Unable to switch to the... Why does it say it's unable to switch to the other quick slot if we are able to do so? That's strange. Let's just scratch the whole unable thing. It just says switch to whatever. Now, F5. reading blacksmith secret techniques. Not all that glitters is gold. Not everybody who holds a hammer is a master artisan. Not all who are born of royal lineage can sit on the throne. Nobility is achieved only by grinding and polishing the raw qualities of the royal. With that in mind, I will share with you the secret of how to get noble iron from a pile of scrap iron. First, we use molars of wild animals as fuel for the furnace. Using the molars as fuel strengthens the flames. The higher the temperature of the bellows, the easier it is to oxidize iron. The molars of the lake boar are especially good as they are hard and waterproof. Second, there's a Dannery method using cran crystals. When heat is applied while iron and cran crystals are mixed together, the impurities evaporate with the cran crystals and only pure iron remains. The cran crystal can very rarely be obtained when killing cran roaming near Lakebar. You are more likely to find it in red cran rather than ferocious cran. Once enough molars and cran crystals have been collected, then it should be pretty easy to extract pure iron. Well, easy for someone who knows what they're doing. Best to leave the actual process to a master artisan or one of their apprentices. Alright, there's a guide quest that you can carry out. Very interesting. Let's just let this be its own little episode, because that's such an interesting topic. Now, let's end this one for now and continue with the crafting and the strangely different hut, which is the dreading thingy. It has an awful lot of different things. We can also fish. That's nice. So we can, wait a minute, what can we do? Like, we can hunt, we can do sonar scanning. Like, we have a mechanism to scan. Of course, we have a weapon on our back, so that does everything. Like, we got a rocket launcher, so why shouldn't we be able to scan stuff? Right. As I said, let's end it for now and continue with the artisanry or like trade skills and whatnot in the next one. Until then, like and subscribe, of course, and ta-ta!